Be strong.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Audio Bites. David Copperfield, a novel by Charles Dickens. Here we are with the episode 7. So let's get started. Old and new friends. I finally chose a profession. After discussions with my aunt, I decided to become a lawyer. My training began at the very old but grand looking law offices of Spenlow and Jawkins in London. My aunt was very helpful and found me a small but cozy room to rent nearby. Oh, how confident and free I felt living in London as a young bachelor. I went out most evenings as I now had money to enjoy myself. One night, when I was leaving the theatre, I saw my old school friend Steerforth. He still had thick blonde hair and was more handsome than ever. We shook hands warmly, and Steerforth told me that he was now a student at Oxford University. I always knew you would be a success, Steerforth. You look just like you did back at the Salim house, only better and older, of course. I must say you are looking very well too, Daisy. You still look young and innocent and fresh. Steerforth had always liked me to call Daisy, ever since our days at Salim House. When he first saw me, he had said that I reminded him of a fresh daisy at sunrise, and I quite liked the nickname myself. Steerforth and I saw each other quite often while he was in London, and we became close again. I even asked him to come and visit the Peggottys in Yarmouth with me. I wasn't sure what he would think of their simple ways, because he was from a different social class. But from the moment we arrived in Yarmouth, Steerforth seemed to love everything about it. It's incredible that they made a home out of this old boat. On many occasions, we sat inside Mr. Peggotty's house, drinking, eating, and laughing with Peggotty's. We had arrived at a good time because the family were celebrating Ham and Emily's engagement. I was happy for Emily, but I would always remember her as little Emily. Ham was a good-hearted and hard-working fellow, and Emily, a young woman now, worked as a dressmaker. She seemed satisfied with her life, but I think that our stories about London reminded her of the old desire she had to be a lady. When Steerforth spoke, that desire seemed to come back. London sounds so exciting. I wish I could live there. Then, why don't you and I could show you around? Steerforth, Emily and Ham are going to be married, and they will live here. Oh, yes, I forgot. Well, then, a toast to life and happiness by the sea. We all raised our glasses, but Emily did not look very happy. Steerforth seemed to like the fisherman's life in Yarmouth. He even bought a boat before we left. He called it the Little Emily. I thought this was strange, but it didn't mean much to me at the time. We went back to London and I was very busy with my training at Spenlow and Jawkins. I was doing well at the office, so Mr. Spenlow invited me to his house for dinner one evening. It was then that I met his beautiful and delicate daughter, Dora. I immediately fell madly in love with her and don't know how I concentrated on my work after that. I would spend hours daydreaming about Dora, my princess. I chased Dora for months until she finally agreed to marry me. Everything in my life seemed to be going well. I worked part-time as a writer and saved enough money to buy a little house. Everyone was happy for me, particularly Aunt Betsy. She would often hug me and say, I was a fool for leaving you and your mother when you were born. You have turned out better than any niece I could have hoped for. Agnes seemed happy for me too. She and Dora became best friends. even though they were so very different from each other. Although they were the same age, Agnes seemed older and wiser, and my Dora acted like a sweet child, sometimes signing and playing with the curls in her hair. Davy, I'm a silly little thing. Perhaps you should have chosen someone clever like Agnes instead of me. What are you saying, my love? Hush now. I love you as you are more than anything in the world. In the world? Oh, David, the world's large place. So here we come to the end of the episode 7. In case you have not heard to the audiobooks of the previous episodes, please do check the description. I've dropped the link to all of them. Thanks for tuning in and stay tuned for the next episode. We'll be coming with the next episode soon. Thank you.